Hello, welcome to this yoga practice. This is a yin practice, so more of a restorative style of practice. It's going to be approximately 20 to 30 minutes long. Some of the props you might like to use are a bolster or something similar, pillows, cushions. I have a couple of blocks. I'm sat on one to make my seated position more comfortable. I've got some bricks, slightly sort of fatter, wider blocks or bricks. I've got a blanket. Got an eye cushion, something to place over the eyes at the end of a shavasana if you choose. And I've also got a sandbag, a weighted bag to help intensify some of the positions or stimulate some of the different areas of the body. All quite optional. The blocks are quite useful, the bolster's quite useful, but you know, use what you've got, improvise where you need to, or work without. Today's practice is focused on the heart meridian and the small intestine meridian, and they correspond with the fire element and the season of summer. So we're going to begin first of all by finding a comfortable seated position, and I recommend elevating the hips in some way, sitting on the block, sitting on the bolster, and the spine to feel naturally tall without too much effort. And when you feel settled, allow the eyes to close, having a balance of feeling upright yet relaxed. And observe your natural flow of breath. Preparing yourself for the practice ahead, getting yourself into a calm and peaceful state of mind, state of being. And we're going to begin by stimulating the heart and small intestine meridians. And it starts, or the heart meridian starts, off just under the eyes. So bringing your fingertips under the eyes and tapping very gently under the eyes. Down the face, down the cheeks, over the jaw, and down the centre of the throat. Gentle tap down the centre of the throat until you find yourselves kind of at the midpoint of the chest here, and maybe begin a bit of a stroke up and down. And then I'm going to take it down to the side of the chest, so bringing the sort of movement across the side as if you're sort of washing or stroking along to the shoulder, and then coming down the arm over the shoulder underneath the bicep muscle, so just slightly lower on the inside of the arm and over the elbow, coming down the lower arm, along the hand to the little finger. And then the small intestine meridian starts at the little finger and it sort of mirrors on the opposite side, so it comes over the back of the hand, so stimulating over the back of the hand, the wrist, the lower arm, coming up to the elbow and the upper arm. And from here you might like to bring the other hand over the back and get the back of the shoulder across the top of the shoulder and begin to tap up the side of the neck, coming up just in front of the ear, gentle taps, coming across to the mouth and then back over, just in front of the sort of mid-ear or towards the top of the ear. Tapping there, and that's where the small intestine meridian comes to an end. I'm going to come back to the opposite side now, coming into the heart meridian. So we turn back to the centre of the chest and take it across the shoulder. So going across the shoulder, down the upper arm or the underneath the bicep, over the elbow joints, lower arm, over the wrist and the palms, the little finger. And then when you're ready, coming over to the opposite side, back of the hand, the back of the arm, over the upper arm, bringing the hand over the shoulder to get over the back of the shoulder up to the top, and then tapping up the side of the neck, to the lower ear, across to the mouth, and then zigzagging back to the mid or sort of top of the ear. And then relax down, allow the eyes to close. A few natural breaths, noticing how it's feeling. Maybe you can sense some movement in the areas of the heart and small intestine meridian. You might be able to sense the sensations from the tapping and the rubbing. And then when you're ready, blinking the eyes open again. Inhale to sit tall, and as you exhale, bring the right ear towards the right shoulder, reaching the left fingertips down. Feel the length down the left side of the neck, and as you inhale, bring the right arm up and over towards the left ear. And very careful here, but you're easing the neck upwards, diagonally upwards, not across. You're not pulling it across, but you're lifting upwards. And exhale to release. Inhale to sit tall. Exhale to the opposite side, left ear to left shoulder, reach the right fingertips down. And an inhale, lift the left arm up over towards the right ear, and again easing upwards, lengthening the side of the neck. And exhale to release. Coming back to centre, inhale to lengthen, exhale chin to chest. Relaxing the shoulder blades. Inhale to lift. Next, inhale, shrug the shoulders up towards the ears, and as you exhale, lower back down. After a few shrugs, you might then begin to shrug round in a circle, circling the shoulders up, back and down. We're going in a backwards direction with the shoulder circles. Maybe inhaling up and exhaling down, allowing the breath to do as it pleases and watching what it decides to do. And with the right arm on top, wrap both arms around each other. Feeling a stretch across the back of the shoulders, particularly across the back of the right shoulder. And reaching the arms around as far as you can, and it might be that you're able to lift the arms into eagle arms, with the right elbow stacked on top of the left, maybe palms together, maybe backs of the hands together. Relaxing the shoulder blades. Exhale to release. And inhale, hugging on the opposite side, so the left arm is over the top of the right, hugging around, stretching across the back of the shoulders, particularly the left side. Walking the fingertips around the back a little bit more to stack the elbows and maybe lifting up. If this isn't comfortable, stay with the hug. Left elbow stacked on top of the left, either backs of the hands together or palms of the hands working their way towards each other. Relax the shoulders. Working into the back of the shoulders, the area of the small intestine meridian. And release. Relax. Pause for a moment or two, and it's always good to pause to notice the sensation of each pose. And then blinking the eyes open, we're going to come down to a Sphinx pose. And this is where you might want to have some props. So you might choose to have a block either side of the hands to keep the forearms parallel, elbows under the shoulders, relaxing the lower body. And that might be fine, and that's where you might want to hold, or I quite like a bolster underneath the shoulders. So I'm going to bring a bolster across and then rest my arms over the top. This is a little bit higher, could be a bit stronger. So checking the lower back, notice how the lower back's feeling and whether that's comfortable or not for you. Length of arms can also be an issue. If you've got quite short arms, it might be that you struggle to get the elbows down. So adjust, take some time Notice how this one's feeling. Keep the back of the neck long, the gaze is down, maybe the eyes close. If you're feeling any sensations in the lower back, it might be worth trying to widen the legs, creating a little bit more space, or coming out, lowering down, bring the chest down to the floor and take a break. I'm going to be here for another 30 seconds. Feeling the length through the front of the body. Space between your shoulders and your ears. Length at the back of your neck. Next time you exhale, take the hands under the shoulders, press yourself back to a child's pose. Counter pose for the Sphinx. And it might be that you choose a supported child's pose with the bolster in front of you. Resting the body down, head turned to one side, and resting here. Again, check in with your shoulders, gliding the shoulder blades down towards the waist. With every exhale, feeling the hips a little bit closer towards the feet, and you're always welcome to have a block underneath the hips to bridge the gap between the hips and the feet. And if you have your head turned to one side, take it to the opposite side. Lengthen the other side of the neck. And throughout yin classes, there's often periods of silence for you to settle into the pose and be with your breath. After a long, slow exhale, as you inhale, bring the body upright, step by step, restacking the spine. And we're going to come down for bridge pose. And again, we're going to go for supported. So you might have a bolster, you might have a block handy to support under the hips. So working your way down onto your back. Feet relatively close to the hips, knees, ankles, hip width apart, arms by the side of the body. Block within reaching distance. As you inhale, lift the hips up and then place your block underneath the hips. And it might be that you have it lengthways or widthways, either way works. Some people find different positions more comfortable. It sits at the sacrum. So the sort of triangular area at the base of the spine, underneath your waistband. And allow whatever it is you've placed underneath you, bolster or brick or pile of books, to completely take your weight. And then you might choose to bring the arms out either side of you. Bringing your attention back to the heart meridian. Inhaling into the heart centre. As you exhale, take your attention down the inner arms to the little fingers, and as you inhale, draw the attention back up from little finger up to the centre of the chest and the hatha. We're going to be here for one more minute. And your next inhale, press through the heels, lift the hips a little bit higher, feel the length down the front of the thighs, the front of the hips, and slide out your prop. As you exhale, from the back of the sternum, slowly guide the spine back down to the mat. One vertebra at a time, until the whole spine touches down, and then lift the knees to the chest, hug the knees in, Apanasana, take a gentle rock from side to side. Return the arms to the wide position, and as you exhale, lower both knees over to the right, coming into supine twist. And ideally, both shoulder blades are down. So if you need to prop up under the knees, place a block underneath or in between to allow the legs to release. Stretching is much more effective when there is no muscular engagement. So allowing the muscles to release, comfort the joints, space at your heart centre, and a clear path for the heart meridian to flow below the eyes, over the throat, down to heart centre and out towards the little fingers. As you inhale, lift the knees back into centre, either toes down or toes up, it doesn't matter what option you go for. And as you exhale, take the knees over to the left with the same options. You want to have blocks or bolsters under the knees or in between. Priority is to bring the shoulder blades down to the earth, helping to open the heart centre, open the chest, the front of the shoulders. You inhale, lifting back to centre, hugging both knees in, and then pause, bringing the feet down. Take a moment to soak up that pose before we move to our penultimate pose of the day. So returning to another heart opening pose. You might choose to have the bolster behind you or something similar. Lengthways down the mat. Going to be laying backwards over the bolster, so it might be that you want to prop the bolster up a little bit to give the bolster a bit of height. You might want something under your hips to prevent too much lumbar curve. If you have the eye pillow or the blanket, you might choose to use those. And sitting directly in front of the bolster, either extending the legs, or if you prefer to have the legs in butterfly, you could do. Sometimes the sandbag over the feet can be quite nice here. And lower yourself down onto the bolster, checking the lower back feels comfortable, it's not too extended. Checking the neck is long at the back, so the chin is working its way towards the chest. And either resting the hands beside you, palms facing up, or hands on the belly, or hands on the heart, or one hand on belly and one hand on heart. You might choose to have the eye pillow over the eyes, or simply close the eyes. And you might like the blanket over you to keep you warm. And lie here for another 2 minutes. And as you inhale, bring the attention to the point just under the eyes. And as you exhale, allow the attention to flow over the face, the throat, to the heart centre and out to each little finger over the fronts of the arms. Exhaling, drawing up the back of the arms over the little fingers, the hands, the arms, the back of the shoulders, the side of the neck, finishing at the ears. Following the line of the heart and small intestine meridians. So the exhale is from under the eyes, over the throat to the heart centre and out along the inside of the arms. And as you inhale, draw the attention back in over the outside of the arms, the backs of the shoulders, the sides of the neck, finishing at the ears. And repeat this flowing movement with your breath. And after your next inhale, resting the attention underneath the eyelids. And inhaling again, blinking the eyes open. And you're welcome to stay here and take Shavasana in this position. And when you do come out, please make sure to hug the knees in to reset the spine. Or you might like to come down to Shavasana on your back. Sometimes the bolster is nice to be under the knees, cushion or block under the head, eye pillows, blankets. The sandbag over the belly can be quite nice and grounding as well. So take a moment to get settled in your position. Take a deep inhale in. Feel the expansion of the chest and the rib cage, and as you exhale, completely relax. And twice more. When you're ready, an energizing, expansive inhale. And a surrendering, letting go exhale. And once more, when you're ready. Bring the attention down towards the feet. Relaxing the feet and the ankles. As you inhale, draw your focus up the legs and towards the knees. As you exhale, relax the muscles of the lower legs, relax the knee joints. Inhaling, drawing the attention up the thighs to the hips. Softening on the exhale. Inhaling, drawing the attention over the pelvis to the lower abdomen, the lower back, and as you exhale, relax. Notice the natural contours of the spine. Inhaling up the torso, feel the expansion of the rib cage, the opening of the heart centre as you breathe in, and as you exhale, the grounding of the shoulder blades on the mat. Floor beneath you. Bring your attention now to the hands and to the wrists, allowing them to soften as you exhale. And inhale, draw the attention up the arms towards the elbows. Relax on the exhale. Inhaling upper arms and shoulders. Exhale to relax. Inhale, draw your attention over the throat, noticing the fronts of the neck, the sides, the back, the space beneath the back. Exhale, settle, relax. And inhale, draw the attention up over the back of the head. Notice the point of contact with the earth beneath you, the crown of the head, the space beyond it, and the forehead, cheekbones, jaw. Completely relax. Soften the tongue into the mouth and feel as if the eyes are sinking slightly deeper under your closed eyelids. And rest here with your natural breath, allowing the breath to be subtle, barely noticeable. Concentration at your third eye centre, centre of your forehead. If you experience a distraction, return your attention back to your brow centre, Ajna. And you're welcome to stay here, continuing to draw your attention back to the Ajna chakra. And when you are ready to return, bring the attention back to the breath. And back to the physical body. I'm going to close here now, but feel free to stay in Shavasana for longer. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.